and stop looking for mystical experiences and go to work, please. And since you're all drug addicts and you can't help yourselves, snort your coke in between your toilet breaks at the office like an adult. Ladies and gentlemen, the Burning Man mud apocalypse is what everyone has been talking about for the past couple of days. For those that don't know, Burning Man is a week-long camp-out festival on a dried-up lake filled with Silicon Valley elites, wannabe hippies, and white women who believe Pocahontas is their great-grandmother. They go there and listen to music and do drugs because they just couldn't figure their lives out. This is not my words, this is theirs. They say, I'm going to do ayahuasca and mushrooms in the desert. Hopefully my life now has meaning. Spoiler alert, it does not. You're still the same arsehole that spent 10 grand to inconvenience yourself by camping in the desert for a week. By the way, 10 grand is if you're slumming it. Some people pay more. Burning Man is just a poor man's Bohemian Grove because they aren't the elected officials, where they burn effigies, make human sacrifices, and worship Satan. And God said, not today, motherfuckers. I'm not having it, and he flooded that shit. It's a gathering for drug addicts pretending they're on some spiritual journey, which they're not. They're all just drug addicts, and a lot of them don't like it when I say, but it is what it is, and that's who you are.
Here's the proof of life update. I am alive, but all the activities are shut down. We all slept all night with no house music bumping. Everything stopped because of that. It's horrible.
Look at the attendees of this festival. She is dirty, she looks unkempt, she looks homeless. It costs thousands of dollars to attend this event, and these are the people you are forced to be surrounded by. Go to Europe for a week like a normal person. That is a better way to spend your 10 grand. And stop looking for mystical experiences and go to work, please. And since you're all drug addicts and you can't help yourselves, snort your coke in between your toilet breaks at the office like an adult.
Bad bitch, I'm a real bad bitch, cause I got the knowledge. Listen, Abraham Hicks used to be a broke bitch. Now I'm cashing my checks, cause I tapped into collective consciousness. And now I'm flying my aura, yellow it shines. Law of attraction feels so alive. Power up now, it saved my damn life. Sexy Scorpio, I cleanse my crystals in the moonlight. Okay, let me tell you all my secrets. Let me tell you how to define, connect my third eye, open my heart wide, throw chakra in the sunshine. Fighting all these demons, but when I'm on the front line, I'm the MVP. I'm the number one player in the game, I call me, cause it's my reality. And some may think it's not conceited. If you want it, just believe it. Look in the mirror, say these affirmations, Chicos and Mercado.
I mean, they're culturally appropriating Native Americans, and normally I'm not someone that cries about cultural appropriation. I think the entire concept is immensely flawed and stupid, but I don't like these people, so that's what I'm doing today. The lake bed got flooded and 70,000 people were stranded because the authorities closed down the road, and then the conspiracy theories began to fly. From The Independent, rumors of an Ebola outbreak, it unsurprisingly turns out, were greatly exaggerated. There were reports that the real reason the authorities closed down the roads was because there was an Ebola outbreak, which turned out to be fake news. Some people were saying they hoped it was an Ebola outbreak. Now, that is a pretty radical take, which I do not share, but I see where they're coming from. Speculation that festival goers might turn on each other in a Lord of the Flies fashion, unfortunately, did not come to pass. There was no cannibalism, no human sacrifices took place, allegedly. You see, if we had a Lord of the Flies situation going on, where they just started killing each other and people would have found that entertaining, people would have tuned in. Anybody that chooses to spend their time in the desert for an extended period of time, I believe, is out of their fucking mind. And if they got eaten, so be it.
Oh, okay. With regards to the comments on my last video, I wish I could say I was shocked that people have such heinous things to say. And this is not me playing victim, because I don't do that. Things are not bleak. No
You
one has
just
Ebola.
did.
The roads are still very muddy. However, porta potties have been serviced. There is more cell service and Wi-Fi coverage. Emergency responders have been able to come in. The people who have been classified as going to Burning Man in these comments are either like dirty hippies who don't shower. And I wouldn't say that I fit in that category necessarily, but I have only showered once here and I haven't shaved because it's not been a priority. And if you're not a dirty hippie, apparently you are an elite 1%er who runs away from your life to Burning Man and pretends like the world doesn't exist.
That's exactly what you're
These
doing.
People that you are categorizing us all as are here. I am neither. I'm not a dirty hippie. Not that there would be anything wrong with that. But I'm also not an elitist 1%er. I am a person who had a really rough 2022, who set out to make 2023 a year of purposeful discomfort, and Burning Man
Purposefully discomforting yourself is something a 1%er would say. But carry on.
was a place that I wanted to go to expand and go through hard things. Okay, I got a little more than I was bargaining for, so that I could grow and find a little bit more of myself. And that happened. Like I said,
I mean, he's completely contradicting himself with what he said a minute ago.
didn't exactly expect it to happen on this scale, but it was hot. There was a lot of work involved. Everything here takes a bit longer, and it's been an experiment in figuring out who I am and who I want to be.
You see, now I understand why some people were praying for an Ebola outbreak if these type of people were there. I fucking hate that guy. I'm glad these pretentious fucks had a terrible time, and long may it continue.